Hey guys, welcome back and Happy New Year. Today we're going to be talking about my Project Use Up Makeup project finale for 2018. And I'm going to start off by saying it was a big fat fail. I did not do well, so. I finished a few things. I didn't finish I didn't even finish half of anything. This format doesn't work for me. I don't know why, but I don't like picking things at the beginning of the year to use because a couple months into it, I am so sick of using the products and I don't want to keep using them. However, we're going to talk about what I did finish and what I still have left, and if I want to keep it or pass it on or chuck it if it's really old. We're going to talk about some Project Pan stuff. So if you guys want to see the products that I have left, then just keep watching. The first thing on my list was the Urban Decay One and Done, and I technically didn't finish it, but I think it expired because whenever I would go to use it, the color just looked green. It looked terrible on my skin and it smelled really funny, so I had a few uses left in that, but I ended up removing that because I'm not about to put an expired face product on my face. I really don't want to do that. And I didn't love the product anyway. It had a very strong smell. I could smell it on my skin the entire day I was wearing it, from the time I purchased it up until I stopped using it. The color just looked like it changed. It was just weird, and I removed that one. I don't know why my face is so red right here. Like, I haven't even been I don't even know what's happening there, but whatever. Next I had the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream, and I actually didn't finish this. I didn't really use it that often because I kind of just decided I'm just not going to wear foundation anymore. I do still like that, and if I do want to wear more coverage on my face, even though that is a BB cream, it's light coverage, that's all I want. I don't want full coverage. I'm not a full coverage person. I don't like the feel of it on my face. I don't want that. So I do still like the Clean Matte BB Cream. I have to check the date because that is probably getting very close to being expired, but I would repurchase it at some point if it is expired because now CoverGirl is cruelty free and I can repurchase that. It lasts on my oily skin quite a while without looking greasy. It doesn't break down. I quite like how that product works on my skin. So I didn't finish it, not because I don't like it, but I don't like anything on my face. The next thing is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I removed this much for the same reason that I removed the One and Done. It just started smelling strange. I also didn't really like the shade in this. The Naked line doesn't have a ton of shade options, so it's difficult to find your shade no matter your skin tone. I'm a very neutral undertone, but the neutral undertones still looked way too yellow, and I just didn't like how it looked on my skin. And then it started smelling. It just started to stink. It was not good. So the next thing, I'm kicking it off in a high gear. The next thing was the Too Faced Hangover RX, and this also expired. This was totally my fault. I let it sit in my drawer for way too long before I used it, and it was probably a year and a half before I used it after I purchased it. But when I looked at the date on the the date checking website, I can't remember what it's called, I'll leave a link down below, it had been manufactured like 3 years prior to when I even purchased it. So I think it was probably expired when I purchased it. And I purchased it from, I can't remember if I purchased it from Ulta or Sephora, but I purchased it from a store, and that was pretty disappointing because I don't think I used it once. I opened it up and I was like, oh, this cannot possibly be how this smells. Alright, some things I finished. The Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth. This was just okay. I don't think that the Maybelline primers are super effective. I know there are several in the line, and I've used a few of them, and they kind of do the same thing. They're not really that effective in my opinion, so I wouldn't repurchase that. The City Colors HD Loose Powder. This was okay. I don't love loose powders a ton. I have a few that I'm trying to work through, but I prefer a pressed powder. I don't really bake or anything, so it's not like I need the loose powder, so I probably wouldn't repurchase that. The It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed. I really like this powder. I like how it minimizes your pores. It really does, and I prefer the pressed. I've had the loose as well, but I prefer the pressed. So I finished one and I'm on to another already. I do like that powder. The Ofra Oil Control Pressed Powder. I did not like this. I got rid of this because this was supposed to be a translucent powder, but I swear it looked purple on my skin. It looked like I put a purple powder on my skin. I don't know if that's even possible, but it just looked so odd every time I used it. So I used it a few times and I tried to use it, and then I just said no. I'm not going to do this just because I said I was going to use it. If I don't like the product, I'm not going to continue using it. The Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid Opal. I did finish this. I don't love liquid highlighters, but I love the Becca highlighters so much that I did end up liking this a little bit. I would never purchase a full size because holy moly, you don't need to use a ton of it. If I got another mini or something, I would definitely use it. It blend into the skin nicely, and there's a ton of color options, so I did like that. Jane Multicolored Illuminating Powder. I used this so freaking much, and it looks like I have never even touched the surface of it. I use this so much. I use it as a highlight, I used it as a blush, I used it as a blush topper. I would swirl my brush in it and get a ton of product on. It looks like I've never even touched it. I got so sick of using this that I pretty much didn't use it for the last, I would say the last half of the year, because I just got so sick of it. This is very average. I think that it is okay. It's not anything to write home about. I will most likely be decluttering this because, partially because I'm just sick of it. I use it so much, I'm like, I don't know. It's not anything that's spectacular and, you know, life-changing. It's not a bad product, but I will probably declutter this. It's just not something that I need in my collection at this point. ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Spoon. I don't love the Super Shock formula for the ColourPop cheek products. However, Spoon is beautiful, and I'm okay that I didn't finish it. I'm going to keep that. It's a very shimmery, glittery highlight, but it's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. So I didn't come anywhere close to finishing that, but I'm okay with that. The Burt's Bees Pineapple Lip Balm. I removed this because this felt very gritty. Not in a good way. It just felt like there were weird chunks of lip balm that hadn't maybe gotten mixed up properly. Not enough so that it feels exfoliating, but just weird textures. So I didn't love that. I got rid of that. The Milani Keep It Sweet Lip Scrub. I did not come anywhere close to finishing this. It looks like I only used this a few times, shamefully. Like maybe 5 times. I'm going to keep it and put it on my bathroom sink. The Stila Smoky Quartz Ink Liquid Eyeliner. I did finish this. This was in a potted, like one of the cushion eyeliners. This color is beautiful. I don't love liquid eyeliner. I don't know why I keep trying them, because I just don't love them. That color was beautiful, but I wouldn't repurchase that formula. I don't use if I'm gonna put on a liquid eyeliner, I certainly don't use a brush. I need a pen or something, and I wouldn't repurchase that one. The Maybelline Curvitude Liquid Eyeliner. I really do like this one if I'm gonna wear a liquid eyeliner. I like the curved pen. I blame my eye shape, because I feel like a wing doesn't really look good on my eye shape because they're so hooded that it just looks kind of messy. Plus I'm terrible at liquid eyeliner, so I'll use it up, but I don't think that it's something I would repurchase. Well, I wouldn't repurchase because it's Maybelline, but liquid eyeliner just isn't necessary for me. The Milani Eye Tech Extreme Liquid Eyeliner. I believe I passed that on to someone. I'd only swatched it once or twice, and I wanted someone to use it before it dried out. So I passed that on to someone because I wasn't using it. The Milani Brow Wax Pencil. I'm still working on that baby. I do like it. I don't even think I finished half of it. You don't need to use a ton of it, so I still have that, but I want to continue using it. And then I have some Milani Shadow Eyes. These two are in Brown Deluxe and Champagne Toast, and I do like these. I didn't use them very often because I always forget to wear shadow bases. But these are really beautiful colors. They are probably old, but they're so creamy that they feel brand new. They swatch like they are brand new. So I will definitely keep these and continue using them. I mean, they're not the same length anymore, so I used this one more, but I told you I failed. And then the other one is the L'Oreal Infallible Eye Crayon in Resilient Green, and I feel like these were out and then they just disappeared and you never heard or saw them again. But this color is absolutely magical. This again is still very creamy. You have to apply almost no pressure to your eye to get color payoff, so I will continue to use this. I always forget how much a cream shadow base intensifies your powder eyeshadow you put on top. Maybelline Master Highlight Blush in Pink Rose. This is another that I used so freaking much, and you can't tell. If you look at it up close, you can see dents in the product, but I use this so much, and you can't tell. This is, I don't know, I really like this color. I feel like I could remove this at some point because, first of all, it's not cruelty free, so I do try to use the cruelty free makeup as much as possible, and I don't reach for this when I'm not trying to pan it. But at the same time, this is a beautiful color, and I have other colors in this line that I love. Revlon Color Stay Matte Balm in Elusive, Standout, Passionate, and Fiery. Standout and Fiery I passed on because I hadn't even reached for them once. Elusive and Passionate I kept because I love these colors, but I still didn't use them very much. I used this one enough to like wear down the end of it, but I mean I still have a ton of product in here. They still smell really minty, they still smell okay. And then this one I barely used. So I'm a big fat loser. The Maybelline Matte in Daringly Nude. This one started like getting little bubbles on it, or like it started looking weird, so I tossed that one because I think it was going bad. CoverGirl Oath Sugar Gumdrop, I passed that on. Burt's Bees Lily Lake, I passed that on. I just wasn't reaching for them. Bare Minerals Gloss in Visionary, I finished this up. I love the Bare Minerals glosses. I love Bare Minerals Buxom Lip products. You heard me talk about these a lot. And I really liked those. I finished Visionary. I still have Smarty Pants left, which is this really pretty gold, like a sheer gold, and then also Stargazer, which is a lovely pink, and I'm going to keep these because I love them. Dior Addict Lip Glow. What is this called? Lip Glow? I only used this a few times because I kind of forgot about it. This smells really delicious. Like a really nice vanilla mint scent, and it's one of those that adjusts with your body's pH, so it changes color a little bit. But I find that you have to still have to be precise when you apply this, because if you put it on like you put on chapstick just all over, the outside of your mouth changes colors too. I don't want that. So you have to be careful with this, but I do like this. I think this is a good idea. It's just, I'm not that, I treat this like a lip balm, and you can't really. The Makeup Revolution Fixing Setting Spray, I did finish this. I primarily use this as a mixing medium. I didn't really care for it as an oil control setting spray. I don't really think it worked that well in that aspect, but I liked it for foiling shadows, so I finished it up for that, but I wouldn't repurchase it as an oil control spray. The ColourPop Lippy Primer and the ColourPop Lippy Stick in Gold Digger. I don't really think this primer does anything. I used it a few times because I was trying to be diligent, and then I was like, I don't really think this does anything. And it smells kind of plasticky now. I can't remember if that's how it smelled initially. But this is, I mean, at least a year and a half old, if not older. Probably closer to 2 years old. I'm going to be tossing that one. This is a lippy stick. It's a little lippy in Gold Digger, and I love this size for the lippy sticks. I wish they sold this size regularly. This was like a gift of purchase, I believe. I do like this color. I'll continue to use it. Ooh, maybe not. That smells kind of funky too. Crap, but it's a beautiful color. Look at that beautiful color. Okay, maybe not that one. That one would be going too. This smells kind of funky. This one was in my car and I forgot to grab it. MAC syrup. This is the only MAC product that I've ever owned. And I do like this color, but I will probably get rid of the lip product and send the MAC container to one of my friends so they can back to MAC it. I've had that lipstick for a long time. And it still smells okay, but I don't reach for it. I used it a handful of times, so I'll probably send the container to a friend so they can back to MAC it because I don't have any other MAC products. Bare Minerals Berry Blast. Where is that? Oh, it's over there somewhere. I didn't finish that. I like the Bare Minerals. It's one of the full-on lip polishes or full-on lip creams or something like that. I really like the color and I like the formula. I'll continue to use that. The Stila Aqua Glow Watercolor Blush in Rose Water. I did like this blush. I wouldn't repurchase. Well, I don't know. I really did like that. It was kind of weird. It was like a liquidy blush that you just stipple on. But it was a lovely color and the formula was so weird because it was a liquid blush. But it worked. I liked it. It reminds me of the new Flower Beauty blush bombs. Sort of remind me of that. They're very liquidy and you just stipple them on. You can build up the color. I didn't hate it, but I think I would just buy the Flower Beauty version because it's a lot cheaper. The Maybelline Color Tattoo in Black Orchid. This is my favorite color tattoo ever. This is the most perfect, all over, one and done. You have 2 minutes to get ready. Just put this on your eyes and, you know, just rub this on your eyelids and then put some mascara on and you're done. I love this color. I'm okay that I didn't finish this because this was limited edition and you can't find this anymore. And I wouldn't repurchase it anyway. But I'm happy to still have this because I love this color. And then the last thing is the NARS Radiant Concealer in Custard. And I finished the mini. It was just a mini. I didn't love that concealer. I don't know if maybe the color was wrong. It felt kind of dry every time I used it, which is weird because I have very oily skin. I just wasn't a big fan of that concealer. I finished 9 items. That's so embarrassing. I did finish a lot of other minis in my Mini Madness project, so that I feel like balanced out how much I failed at this project. I love the idea of project pans, but using the same products every single day just seems horrible to me. Did you guys do a project use up? How did you do? I will be doing some type of project use up for 2019, but I have to figure out how I want to do it because it won't be exactly this way. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you finished in 2018. I think I said 2019 a second ago. Let me know what you finished in 2018. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in my next video.